Okay, we have returned. Let's start the next case. This is number 6. Bad vibes. We're in the new district now. Our new region in Arizona. Matthew, the deserts of Southwest will be quite a change from the forests of the West Coast. At least we're leaving California knowing we stopped a renegade vampire's quest for invincibility, even if we were too late to prevent Dr. Aculus' murder. It's too bad, but if Aculus were still alive, he'd be able to tell us more about that unnamed evil he was so worried about. As it is, we'll have to figure it out for ourselves. This evil causes mysterious livestock deaths and kills off nature everywhere it goes. I don't like the sound of that, or the sound of anything that could scare Dr. Aculus. You and me both. If he said the evil was operating in the Southwest, we need to go out and hunt it. Speaking of hunting, where's Gwen? She better not still be moping about her vampire ex-boyfriend. Moping? Me? As if. Pierce and I are done this time, and there are plenty more fish in the sea. You are looking at a new mope-free Gwen. Good. Glad you're over it. I need you and Matthew to go out and look for any indication of strange nature-killing phenomena here. And you better dress as FBI agents. You might be asking some weird questions, so you'll need a suspicion-proof cover. Great. I love pretending to be in the FBI. Everyone gets so cooperative. Matthew, let's go out and explore the great Southwest. Well, Matthew, it's been 5 minutes, but this suit already feels like a bad idea. We're gonna cook ourselves out here. Nah, just kidding. I can put up with just about anything for a good supernatural hunt. Now we need to find some leads into mysterious livestock deaths and... Excuse me, you two look like law enforcement types. I need your help right away. Certainly, ma'am. What's the matter? My friend, she's been murdered right in her office. Please follow me. Okay, Matthew, I guess we better play our parts as FBI agents and go to this office. Got it. Whoa, Matthew, that woman's been stabbed to the chest with a crystal. And look, whoever killed her also used the crystal to pin some card to her body. There's no doubt that the crystal was the murder weapon. It's such a tragedy. Poor Rainy. Rainy? Was that her name? Yes, Rainy Day. Oh, that's a nice play on words. She was a spiritual healer just like me. To see her killed and with a tool of healing. Such bad energy. Ma'am, you knew the victim well, so we'll need a word with you. Your name, please? I'm Amanda Harrison. Rainey and I were like spiritual sisters. Well then, Miss Harrison, we will need to speak with you. Go take a seat and we'll be right with you. Meanwhile, that basket of hippie stuff might hold a clue for us. We better have a rummage through. Looks like Dr. Aculus' unknown evil will have to wait, Matthew. We've got a dead spiritual healer on our hands, and we have to see this murder investigation through. Since we already have a suspect, let's go ahead and talk to her already. I got 1 star. Miss Harrison, you said you were a spiritual healer, just like the victim, Miss Rainy Day? Well, she was new to our little healing community here in Saguaro. I helped her get her practitioner's license, get her an accountant, you know. Listen, I hate to say this, but I saw that something bad was coming for Rainy and her aura. I wanted to warn her. And that's why you were the one who found her body? Of course, a spiritual disturbance as substantial as a murder reverberated through my soul at once. The town of Saguaro is a positive energy vortex, agents. It heals people, and that is why I was called here to channel energy, to heal people. And it was the same for Rainy. To think someone robbed us of her talents. I see. And did Miss Day heal people anywhere other than this office? Well, Cathedral Rock, of course. She held sessions there regularly. Now please excuse me, I need to burn some sage in here to clear out the bad energy. If I got any email messages, I didn't. There we go. I don't think I'm going to get the first star. Nope. Nope. That took a little too long trying to find the cell phone. Wow, Matthew, Cathedral Rock is even more beautiful than I remember. No wonder so many energy gurus and healers moved to Saguaro. And the victim ran healing sessions at this park, according to her friend. There must be a lead here. But wait, did that phone you picked up just ping at you? There must be a message. That notification says, meeting with Rainy Day, 5:30 p.m., and that's today's date. We've got to unlock this phone and find out who had the meeting with Miss Day. And I can't believe that someone would just leave a bunch of torn paper in such a gorgeous place. It has to be a clue. The sooner you piece that paper together, the sooner we can get back on track of Stabby McStabby Pants. That's a nice way to put it. And I need to get some stars, folks, so sit tight. Alright, we are back. I got all stars, 24 total. So, let's get back to work. 62262. 42. 5, 4, 2. Oh no. What? Oh, 8. Okay. Oh gosh, what? There we are. Great, Matthew, you got this phone unlocked, and it seems to be a work phone. From what I can tell, this device belongs to the Deputy Mayor of Saguaro. We better grab a chat with this Melissa Roanhorse about her meeting with the victim. Deputy Mayor Roanhorse, would you have a moment? You guys are feds, so I guess I'd better find a moment, even if I don't have one. One of Saguaro's residents was murdered today, and you were supposed to meet with her this evening. Yeah, I was supposed to meet with a certain rainy day. She wanted a permit to do some energy vortex session or whatever. But she never showed. Now I know why. And can you think of anyone who might have wanted to hurt her? I didn't even know her. There are so-called healers all over Saguaro. I don't have a face for every name. But if anything comes back to me, I'll be in touch, agents. You can count on that. Got it. A bloody wood. Matthew, you found a blood-stained piece of wood and with all that hippie stuff. No clue what it could be, but there's blood, so we'd better get that wood chunk to Priya. Matthew, that torn paper you pieced together is a natal chart. That's something astrologers create by mapping where the stars were for the exact time and place you were born. It tells you about your whole life. At least we know it was created by the victim. I can't see who this chart is for, so I'll grab your dusting kit. Jesse Adams. April 4th, 1989, I think it said. Looks like the natal chart you found is for a Jesse Adams, so he must have been a client of the victim's. Saguaro is not a raging metropolis. We should be able to find Mr. Adams and bother him for a little chat about his dealings with Miss Day. Agents, how can I help you? We need some information about a murder victim, Rainy Day. Rainy was murdered? That's impossible. I assure you, Mr. Adams, it's possible. Now, we know she made you a natal chart. We understand you were her client. Well, you know, when I first came to Saguaro, I didn't believe any of this energy vortex horse-pucky. I'm a businessman, a practical man. I'm the CEO of Copper Is Us. But the stress and fatigue of my job were getting to me. Traditional medicine wasn't helping, so I turned to alternative healing. Rainey started working on my meridians, or whatever they're called, and I tell you what, I believe in all this stuff 100% now. I don't know what I'll do without her. She practically saved my life. I'm so sorry someone took hers. Alright, I'll see you guys when these two are finished. Okay, we have returned. Let's get the results of the autopsy from Ben. Hey there, Matthew. You know, I may be a supernatural hunter, but that doesn't mean I'll ever believe in crystal healing. Anyway, this crystal did the opposite. It pierced the victim's heart, so she died instantly. And this tarot card didn't have healing powers either. So that thing pinned to the victim's chest was a tarot card. Yes, the High Priestess, but reversed, or upside down. According to Felix, that means secrets and backstabbing. Backstabbing? Pretty ironic since Miss Day was stabbed to the chest. You better not let the chief hear you crack a joke like that. He's in a pretty bad mood. Anyway, as ironic as it is, it also tells us something about the killer. They sent a symbolic message with the card, so they know they're tarot. Well, message received, but our tarot-savvy killer won't be able to keep their secret for long with Matthew around. Now the bloody wood. Matthew, I must say, I adore the desert. The landscapes are from a whole other world. Since I'm from the East Coast, I've never seen anything like it. I know how you feel. Anyway, what can you tell us about that chunk of wood Matthew found in the victim's office? Well, the blood was definitely the victim's, so the killer handled this wood chunk after the murder. That said, I couldn't tell what it was, so I called Felix over. Sweet! What can you tell us, Felix? The wood chunk is the mouthpiece to a Navajo flute. But don't go looking for a Navajo killer per se. Playing this type of Native American flute is common here. They're sold all over town. That said, keep an eye out for the rest of the flute. The killer may have tossed it somewhere. So the killer likes to pipe up on the Navajo flute. Well, they better keep quiet or we'll catch them even quicker. Well, Matthew, this is not the hunt I was expecting today. We came here to look into the unknown evil the late Dr. Aculus warned us about. But instead, we have a spiritual healer stabbed with a crystal, clean through a tarot card into her chest. We were alerted to the murder by the victim's fellow practitioner, Amanda Harrison. She claimed she saw this coming and went to warn Miss Day. And we had to follow through with the investigation because Miss Harrison totally believes our FBI cover. Lucky for us, the deputy mayor didn't even question our FBI agent cover stories, even though she wasn't much help since she barely knew the victim. And then there's Rainy Day's client, Jesse Adams, a copper magnate who has become an energy healing believer. Zeke Davis. Excuse me, agents, I have an emergency. Have you seen a Celadon dragon come by here? We'll find out what this guy's talking about in Chapter 2. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back. Let's start Chapter 2 of Bad Vibes. This is what we last left off on. Excuse me, agents, I have an emergency. Have you seen a Celadon dragon come by here? A dragon? Did you just say you were looking for a dragon? Yeah, he's greenish blue, scaly, he's got horns. Sir, have you consumed an illicit substance today? What? Oh, I see the confusion. The Celadon dragon is a lizard. It makes its home in the crystal caves right under our feet. Oh, there's that silly little lizard. Be right back. Crystal caves? We need you to take us to them, Mr. Davis, Zeke Davis. And sure thing, let's go down to the caves and get this little dude back home. So these are the caves, agents. I'll admit, I'm a little freaked out to be questioned by feds. I'm an environmentalist, just here to tag these little lizards for research. These little dragon dudes live down here. and they have for thousands of years. People mostly come here to take crystals, crazy healing nonsense. Well, recently a crystal that looks just like these was used to murder someone. Murder? There was a murder here? No, not here. A spiritual healer named Rainy Day was stabbed in her studio. Well, I don't have a beef with any healers. I mean, I don't like them messing with the lizards, but I've even had tarot readings with one once. But I don't know a thing about any murders. Oh man, I could use some chill time with my Navajo flute right about now. You do that. Agent Matthew and I will look around these caves for clues. Got the first star. Looks like you found a chisel, Matthew. You're right. That chisel could have been used to break off the crystal murder weapon from one of these formations. And it's got some green goo on it. We'll need a sample of that. But what's that flyer you found? Looks like it's for one of the victim's healing sessions. Someone scrawled fraud on it. That can't be good. Maybe getting some of those burnt chunks of whatever from the flyer could tell us who wrote that message. Let's get to it. I'll just get everything now. Got it. Matthew, you got some green goo off that chisel. Let's see what Priya can tell us about it. Well, this is 9 hours. I can get through this no problem. Looks like I won't have to wait 12 like I initially thought. Got it. Boy, did that take a long time. You got some of those burnt bits off that threatening flyer. Let's get them under the microscope, Matthew. Well, now I can still hear that. Hold on a minute, folks. Alright, I got 4 stars. There we are. Got it. Burnt sage. So it turns out that the burnt bits from that threatening flyer were sage, Matthew. That reminds me of an earlier conversation we had. Who was talking about burning sage? That's right, Matthew. Amanda Harrison mentioned sage burning to bring good energy to the crime scene. So Amanda Harrison thought her so-called spiritual sister was a fraud, huh? Time to have another chat with Miss Harrison. Miss Harrison, we found one of Rainey's flyers and what you really thought of her. We need to talk. Please, agents, keep your voices down. I am meditating. I am trying to find my spiritual sister's killer by tracing their energy trail. Uh-huh. Look, we know what you thought. We know you thought Rainey was a fraud, so you can stop it with the sister shtick. What's the real story here? Okay, fine. Here's the deal. Rainey started out as a promising healer. But the longer she practiced, the less she believed in what she was doing. It was all about earning a buck for her. The healers of Saguaro do not need a skeptic like her in our midst. My tarot reading showed me that she'd ruined the reputation of all energy arts practitioners here. So you eliminated the problem by balancing Rainey's energy out of the equation? Of course not. Murdering someone would destroy my ability to heal people forever. But now she's been punished for toying with the forces she mocked. And I'll see you guys when the green substance is done. See y'all soon. Okay, we're back. Let's get the results of the green substance. Hello again, Matthew. Fancy a healthy smoothie? What are we running here, a juice bar? No, Chief, just making a joke. There's no joke about murder. Get back to work! He seems to be having a bad day, huh, Matthew? Yeah, must have woken up on the wrong side of the bed. So how about that lab analysis, Priya? Well, the sample you brought me from that chisel was an alga called spirulina, and it has numerous health benefits. So whoever used that chisel was on a spirulina kick. But can we prove it was the killer? Yes, we can. I took a look at the chisel and compared its cutting edge to the marks on the murder weapon. It's a perfect match. So the killer left spirulina all over the chisel they used to access the murder weapon. Well, now we know we have a spirulina sipping killer. That's a big step in the right direction. And since the killer went to the victim's office after their murder weapon harvesting, we should make another sweep of that place. 5 at the start of this, but I forgot about the first star. I forgot about the last star until I got it just now. Got it. And I still got the first star anyway. So you found more clues in the second suite, Matthew. Looks like that framed photo has been through a lot. Think you can piece that photo back together? It could give us a lead. And I'm always curious about a little locked box. There are usually a few good secrets inside. Let's unlock this one and see. Got it. Well, one of the young women in that photo you pieced together looks like the victim, but I don't recognize the other one. With both the photo and frame broken, there's a story here. We should run the unknown woman's features through our database and see what we find. Missed the 9. Justine Bankston. It turns out that the mystery woman, besides being stunning, is a certain Justine Bankston. She's a bigwig in the gold industry. And it appears from the photo that she and the victim knew each other pretty well. Let's go ask Miss Bankston more about her relationship to the victim. Miss Bankston, you knew Rainy Day well? Yes, agents. Sorry, I've only just heard about Rainy's murder. I'm in shock. Rainy and I were friends back in high school, but we'd grown apart. Sorry to hear that, Miss Bankston. Thanks, you're really nice for a federal agent. You seem like a nice person, too. I mean, I'm just doing my job, ma'am. Yeah, jobs. I think that's why Rainy and I weren't hanging out anymore. Work keeps me so busy. Well, we may need to ask you more questions as the investigation progresses. So please, no sudden business trips, okay? Oh, I wouldn't feel much like traveling anyway. There we go. So what hidden secrets are in that box, Matthew? A note with a bunch of numbers. Looks like basic addition to me. And why is the number 51 circled with a sad face? Let's go bug Hope about this. $12. I'll see you guys when this is finished. For now, this is Matthew. See you soon. Okay, we are back now. Let's get the results of the number note. Hey, Hope a Dope Soap on a Rope. Did you get a look at those numbers Matthew found? And a good day to you too, Lady Doofus. I'll be addressing Matthew from here on out, okay? So, Matthew, the numbers you brought me were Pythagorean Numerology. Okay, Miss Smarty Pants, what's this Pythagorean thingy? Sounds like something only you'd have heard of with your classical education. Yeah, sometimes I forget that not everyone grew up reading Greek mathematicians for fun, but I was homeschooled by my very old-fashioned guardian, so I knew straight away what this was. Anyway, Pythagorean Numerology is less math and more divination. Basically, letters grouped in threes that have a number assigned to them. In this case, the letter spelled copper is us. That's Jesse Adams' company. So we found this note on the victim's belongings. She must have been doing numerology for Adams, but what's the significance of the 51? Why is there a sad face by it? 51 is just the sum of all the words. But since numerology isn't exactly scientific, I don't have a clue what it was supposed to mean. Well, Matthew, looks like we'll have to ask Mr. Adams about these special calculations the victim made about his company. Mr. Adams, we found a strange set of sums Rainy Day made concerning your company. Know anything about that? Oh, those. Yeah. Rainy sure was sweet, but she also gave some bad financial advice. She told me to sell all the copper stocks I had because she saw a potential 51% drop in value in her numerology. But the overall market is healthy these days. Copper is sitting pretty. You'd be crazy to think I acted on what she told me. I mean, sure, I started pulling a tarot card a day for fun, but I never used it for financial decisions. And were you upset with Rainey for the advice she gave you? Oh, you know, even if I was a little miffed at her meddling, I played a little Navajo flute at Cathedral Rock as the sun set and got some perspective. I couldn't stay mad at her. She was always trying to be helpful, just like when she got me into drinking spirulina. Well, thanks for clearing that up, Mr. Adams. We'll be in touch if we have any further questions. Matthew, one of these people stabbed a crystal into the chest of Rainy Day, but I have no idea which one. I mean, she gave some questionable financial advice to Jesse Adams, but he shrugged it off. Which is for the best, since Amanda Harrison believed the victim was an outright fraud. Justine Bankston, who is breathtakingly beautiful, is very sad about losing her friend, even though... Hey agents, I'm gonna need your help with crowd control. A ton of people are headed right for this spot, and they're trampling everything in their path. Get ready. Alright, I'll see you guys for Chapter 3. Do not go anywhere. And we return. Let's start Chapter 3 of Bad Vibes. Agents, I need your help. What's going on, Deputy Mayor? Well, a metric ton of hippies is coming this way. They want to rebalance the energy vortexes after Rainy Day's murder, but they're probably going to destroy evidence. We can't let that happen. Show us the way, Deputy Mayor. Is your dowsing rod ready? I only have a pendulum. Is that okay? Of course. Now we must find the ley lines to the energy vortexes. Then we'll rebalance the vibrations with dancing and chanting. Not so fast, guys. You have to clear out of here. This site is part of an active murder investigation. But by reharmonizing the energy, we'll be helping you find the killer. Not really, no. You'll be potentially damaging evidence and helping the killer get away. Oh, dude, I hadn't thought of that. Yeah, didn't think so. So could you go have a wander in the desert? Sure thing, lady. We don't want more bad energy here. 2 people? Is that what the deputy mayor called a crowd? At least sending them off didn't take much time. Now I'll have to have another look around Cathedral Rock for clues. There we are. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Oh, I did get it. Nice. Matthew, you found a camera, and Rainy Day definitely left her mark. So let's unlock it. And that's Rainy's name on that faded document. It has to do with the county court. Seems serious. I'll grab your Justin kit. And what could that broken doll be? I see something that looks like hair. Guess you'll have to put the pieces together to find out. And I'll get a few more stars. Sit tight, folks. Okay, I got 4 stars of the stars of the crime scene. So, let's get the camera first out of the way. Got the victim's camera open, Matthew, but there are a ton of videos. Let's get it to Hope right away. She'll find anything we might need. This night? No, it's 12 hours. Doll. Whoa, Matthew, those broken bits were an effigy, and it reminds me of Justine Bankston. That flowing chestnut hair could even be hers. And look at the little white shirt and tiny gold jewelry. We know the victim practiced rituals in this place. Did she make this doll? We better go ask Miss Bankston about this effigy and what it might mean. Moment, folks. Okay. Miss Bankston, hi. We needed to ask you a question about this effigy. Oh, that. Rainey made that ugly doll of me and it creeped me way out. Remember how I said we drifted apart? Well, in reality, Rainey said she had to stop being my friend. Oh, no. But why would anyone want to stop being your friend, Justine? I mean, Miss Bankston. Rainey said that I had bad karma. That doesn't seem likely. I know, right? I'm pretty sure that she was just angry because I wouldn't invest in her healing practice or pay her way all the time. You know what, Agent Harper? You can call me Gwen. Gwen, you're so easy to talk to. Would you mind going out to dinner with me tonight? If you're free, of course. Oh, I do. Or rather, I am free, I mean. I'm on duty and we must wrap up this investigation, but I hope you don't turn out to be involved. Just before I go on, let's see. Yep, Justine's not involved for now. She doesn't fit any of the criteria yet. Ooh. Matthew, the document you uncovered was a summons to appear in court. Rainy Day was suing that lizard-loving environmental activist Zeke Davis? We better go ask Davis why the victim was suing him. Mr. Davis, we need a few moments of your time. We've discovered that Rainy Day, the murder victim, was suing you. Ugh, that stupid lawsuit. Yeah, she was suing me. She claimed I was denying her access to the caves. And were you, Mr. Davis? Well, sort of. Okay, yes, I was. She'd come down here before sunrise and start chanting. She claimed the vibrations were healing the entire town. But she was damaging the poor little ear holes of the Celadon dragons. They try to flee, but they can't survive long outside this cave. So many things pose a threat to them. I can't even have my spirulina capsules down here. But that healer lady wouldn't listen to me. So did you make her listen? Then silence her forever? No way. I wanted to protect life on this planet, not harm it. Well, he just put himself in the running. I'll see you guys when the camera is done. See y'all soon. Okay, we are back. I meant to start this overnight, but I fell asleep. You know what would be super useful, Matthew? If all the supernatural hunters of the world cooperated and maintained an online database of all the spooky creatures in existence. Why? What are you looking for? Oh, nothing in particular. Just reflecting on potential improvements to our operating structure. Right. Anyway, did you find anything interesting on the victim's camera we sent you? Yes. Looks like the victim had a little run-in with a municipal politician. Give it a gander. Rainy Day, you must vacate this park at once. I heard you the first time. I have as much right to be here as anyone else, Deputy Mayor, and you can't kick me out. Oh yes, I can. We've talked about this. Well, smile, because you're on camera, and I'll show the world that you're infringing on my rights. Give me that thing. You can't film me without my permission. Whoa, okay, so the Deputy Mayor and Rainy Day knew each other well enough to have a fight. Let me guess, that doesn't jive with what the Deputy Mayor said before. Exactly. The deputy mayor told us that she couldn't put the victim's name with the face. That's clearly not true, so we'd better have a little talk with Melissa Roanhorse about the fight she had with the victim. Miss Roanhorse, we've come across some footage of a fight you had with Rainy Day. Care to explain? What is there to explain, agents? Ms. Day was a troublemaker. Funny, earlier today you claimed you wouldn't know her face. Okay, I should have been straight with you. I had indeed warned Rainy Day about holding her healing sessions in tribal sacred space. All these hippies mixing belief systems together until no one knows what's what anymore. They play Navajo flute like children at a recorder recital. They don't have the spiritual connection to playing the instrument that I and my forebears have. Don't get me wrong, sometimes those new age types have cool ideas. Spirulina smoothies aren't the worst thing ever. If you add enough pineapple juice, and tarot readings can be a lot of fun. But all those shenanigans in tribal sacred spaces, enough was enough. Did enough mean driving a crystal into Rainy Day's chest, Deputy Mayor? For this town's sake, I sure hope not. Oh, right, Matthew. Sorry, it's just that date with Justine is kind of on my mind. I shouldn't even think of seeing her until she's been cleared of murder anyway. Besides, with the mood the chief has been in today, if he found out I had a new crush, he'd probably ground me. Anyway, I don't think it was Justine. Melissa Roanhorse, on the other hand, she had a fight with Rainy Day about the victim staging sessions on sacred land. And as for Zeke Davis, the victim was suing him for harassment for not allowing her access to the Crystal Cave. You're right, Matthew. The murder weapon came from that cave. We need to go back underground for a second look. Matthew, you found a pack of tarot cards. We know the killer uses these, but how can we know that these cards belong to the killer? You're right, let's have a look at them. If the High Priestess card is missing, this tarot deck belongs to the killer. I don't see the High Priestess card. This tarot deck had to have been the killer's, so let's get a sample of this greasy stuff on it. And I agree, that crate of crystal clusters could be hiding a clue. Let's dig in. Rainy Day's killer, better beware. We're closing in, Matthew. sample of that greasy goo from the killer's tarot deck, Matthew. Let's get it to Priya. Hey Matthew, it looks like you found a piece of wood in those crystal chunks. Oh wait, you're right. It's shaped like a flute, and it's missing the mouthpiece. This is the rest of the killer's Navajo flute. Let's get it to Priya for analysis. And I'll see you guys when these two are finished. So long. And we've returned. Let's put a killer behind bars here. Well, I can tell you one thing, Matthew. The killer needs to stay out of the sun. Oh no! Please don't tell me that we're dealing with another vampire. After Pierce, I have had my fill. Thankfully, no. The sample from the tarot deck you sent me was a sunscreen with special antioxidants added. The killer uses this particular sunscreen to add extra protection for their freckles. Well, Matthew, the killer won't have to worry about protecting their freckles from the sun in jail, will they? So Matthew, I fitted this Navajo flute body to the mouthpiece you found at the crime scene. It's a match. It took some time, but I was able to extract some DNA from the holes along the flute body. As the killer played the flute, their fingers left skin cells on the hole edges. And what did the DNA say, Priya? Preliminary test results show that the killer has brown eyes. Like Justine, she has brown eyes. You're right, Matthew. Pulling myself together. Brown eyes alone do not a killer make. All the evidence needs to match. Well, Matthew, looks like we have all we need to arrest the killer. Let's do this. Nope. It isn't the Melissa Roan horse. Wait a minute. No, it's not Zeke Davis. It's certainly not Justine Bankston. Jesse Adams, you're under arrest for the murder of Rainy Day. You've got to be joking, agents. We're not. You took a crystal from the caves underneath Cathedral Rock and you stabbed her. But I wouldn't have hurt Rainy for all the copper in the world. And yet you went to a healing session and stabbed her right in the heart. I lost control of myself, alright? Look, I'm a stressed out person. Rainy helped me deal with that. She seemed to understand me on a whole other level. She became my rock, my emotional anchor. I fell in love with her. Stabbing the object of your affection through the heart with a crystal isn't exactly an expression of love. I didn't mean to stab her. I brought that crystal to her as a gift, a token of my love. Let me guess, Rainy rejected you. She did. After all her words of how she'd been there for me, Rainy, the one person I relied on for emotional comfort, She betrayed me. All the peace I'd achieved at her side left me in that moment. I saw red and I stabbed her. Hold on, you're not selling that blind rage stuff to us. You selected a tarot card before the murder. And you even reversed it for greater symbolism. You knew exactly what you were doing. In that moment, I only knew that Rainey had to answer for betraying me and my feelings the way she did. Oh, come on. Not returning someone's love isn't a betrayal. You decided to punish her because you didn't get what you wanted. And you'll answer for your crime. You're under arrest, and we're turning you over to the deputy mayor. Agents, why is the state's youngest copper millionaire in handcuffs? Well, Deputy Mayor, Jesse Adams killed Rainy Day. But since this isn't a federal crime, he won't be processed at our level. Saguaro County can handle him. What do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Adams? I admit, I did it. My feelings overwhelmed me. Rainey brought me my peace and my ruin. Nobody brought you to ruin except yourself. And millionaire or not, you're going straight into a jail cell. But I can't go to jail. I'm a CEO. I have a business to run. Well, Matthew, despite the potential supernatural element of our victim being a spiritual healer, this turned out to be a normal human murder. And it was committed out of thwarted love. I can't stand that sort of killer. Love is meant to inspire you to be better, not more murdery. Speaking of love, Justine is cleared of all suspicion, so I guess my date is still on the books. I'm gonna go change. And we'll see you guys for Something Wicked This Way Comes 1-5. Okay, we are back. Let's start the additional investigation. Well, Matthew, I'm glad that we found Rainy Day's killer, but we didn't come to the Southwest for that. We still have to start investigating the unknown evil that the late Dr. Aculus mentioned in his notes. We know that it causes livestock deaths and wilts nature. It's serious enough that it even scared that ancient vamp. Matthew, I want you and Gwen to... sorry, Chief, but Gwen is out on a date. But I can go with Matthew and... On a date? Again? This isn't some kind of Lonely Hearts Club. We're doing serious business here. Yes, but I can replace her and... You? I know you're fully in the team now, but you can't be serious. Fine, you go with Matthew and question the deputy mayor. Ask about any strange livestock deaths or odd natural phenomena around here. Sheesh, that was dramatic. Matthew, am I wrong, or is the chief even angrier at me than usual? It's not just you, man. Home Slice has been mega moody ever since we got to Arizona. He chewed me out today. 2. Maybe something's wrong with him, and we should try to help. I want to go bugging the dude myself, but if something's eating the chief, Ben will know. Mind coming with me to ask him? I wish I could, but the chief sent us to question the deputy mayor. Matthew can join you and Ben later, though. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Talk to the deputy mayor first. Deputy Mayor, we had a few follow-up questions about Saguaro, if you have the time. Oh, are you with the FBI too? Wow, agents are getting younger and younger these days. I'm pretty new. Anyway, have there been any strange natural phenomena or, say, unexplained livestock deaths? That's the weirdest question I've ever heard the feds ask, but okay. We have had some unusual sheep deaths recently. I can't tell you what's up with these animals. They just turn up dead and nobody knows why. We've just had another report up at Cathedral Rock. Would the sheep happen to still be there? Probably. Animal control still hasn't made it out there to remove it. Dead sheep's all yours, agents. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Let's head over to Cathedral Rock, Agent Matthew. Okay. Damn it. Missed. Change sheet. Oh boy. Moment, folks. Whoa, Matthew. Looks like you found the dead sheep the Deputy Mayor mentioned. No sign of it having been attacked by anything or anyone. I guess you better get that padlock open if we're going to take that sheep anywhere. Good going with that lock, Matthew. I mean, bolt cutters could have done the trick too, but since we don't have any, now that we've freed the sheep, let's get it to Ben for an autopsy. Yo, Ben. Sup, bro? Look, Matthew and me, we have some questions about our fearless leader. He's been ever rougher around the edges than usual. We think something must have happened to the dude here in Arizona or something. You're his best friend, so we thought you might know something. Well, the place does hold memories for him. He and his late wife Lily honeymooned in this very town. Oh, the wife who was brutally murdered by a vampire 25 years ago, which he still goes on regular benders about. Yes, exactly. So Saguaro was bound to trigger him. Yeah. Do you think there's anything we can do to cheer him up? It sometimes helps to remind him of the good times, you know, to stop him dwelling on her death. Makes sense. Any place around here that holds real special memories for him, anywhere we can look for inspiration? Well, I remember he mentioned going to the Crystal Caves with her. Hope those caves are wheelchair accessible. Let's go check them out, Matthew. Take care of one thing. Matthew. Looks like you found some kind of altar. I guess people leave mementos down here or something. Long shot, but if the chief visited this cave with his wife, maybe they left something behind. Something that might perk him up a bit. Let's look through these mementos. God. Whoa, Matthew. The time capsule you found among these mementos has our chief's photo on it. The lady with him must be his late wife. Let's send the capsule to Hope, see what she finds. And I'll see you guys when these two are finished. See y'all soon. Okay, we are back. Let's get the results of the time capsule. Felix, has it occurred to you that snooping into the chief's past is somewhat invasive? Yeah. Also, like, I haven't gone through any of that, you know. Losing anyone, I mean. My family's alive and well. I'm in touch with them a lot. I've lost my guardian, but I can't say it makes me more qualified for dealing with other people's grief, especially an old wound like the chief's. And on that note, the capsule you found was indeed left in the cave by the chief and his late wife during their honeymoon. They even left a video in it. But looking at the footage, I would not recommend giving this to the chief as a reminder of happier days. Take a look. The time capsule is going to be so cool. Just think, we'll come back here in the future and be reminded of our honeymoon. I know, honey, and just to think that crazy lady was trying to scare us earlier today, as if I'd ever let anything hurt you. My strong, manly soldier will protect me come what may. Still, that Amanda Harrison lady did seem very sure of what she said. That our happiness will be short-lived. She gave me chills. Forget about her, Lils. Nothing's gonna happen to you or to us, okay? Or to us, okay? We'll have our happily ever after. You'll see. Ouch. Yeah. I can see why you feel we shouldn't show this to the chief, knowing his wife was brutally murdered a few years later. Exactly. It's as if that Amanda person somehow foretold Lily's tragic death. Who knew that even crystal healers get it right sometimes? But anyway, you wanted to find something to cheer up the chief, right? Maybe Miss Harrison can still help you. Who knows? She might remember the chief and his wife from all those years ago. Not a bad idea. Let's go ask Miss Harrison about the chief, Matthew. Oh, Agent Matthew, you're not looking very FBI-ish at the moment. We're off duty, Miss Harrison. We came here on a personal errand. So this is going to sound weird, but over 25 years ago, you gave a psychic consultation to a couple with the last name Arrow. I'm sorry, I see so many people, it's all a blur. Can't you just, like, connect to the astral stream or whatever to remember? Jude was a military type. His wife was a pretty blonde. You saw bad things for her. Oh yes, I remember now. Such a beautiful girl, doomed to such a tragic fate. Yeah, is there anything else you can tell us about them? Like, what they did around here? What seemed to make them happy? We're hoping to find a good memory of theirs. Well, first of all, you should know that they were renting a room here. It happens to be the very place Rainey was murdered. It used to be a bed and breakfast. Okay, well that's morbid. Great start. Anything else? Well, if I can concentrate my energies on the memory of them, I can tell that there's some remnant of them still in there. Yes, I see something in porcelain that Mr. Arrow might miss very much. I'm sorry, that's all I see. I need to rest now. Awesome. Thanks for the help, psychic lady. Matthew and I will go to that house and have a look, right after we grab a bite. Wasted that. There we go. Moment, folks. So, Matthew, crazy to think that this weird crystal healing place used to be a bed and breakfast where the boss man and his wife stayed during their honeymoon. Anyway, the psychic lady mentioned something porcelain linked to his happy memories. Let's piece these broken pieces of porcelain together and see what we've got. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Whoa, Matthew, that's like a bride and groom from a wedding cake. And they look just like the chief and his wife. Well, Miss Harrison said this would make the chief happy, so let's take this little statue to him and see if it cheers him up. Yo, Chief, Matthew and I found a little something for you. We thought you might like to have it. Where'd you find this? That was the happiest day of my life. I thought we'd go on like that forever. Of course, that was before I knew the truth of the dark forces surrounding us. But you restored one of my happiest memories to me, Matthew, especially after I've been so rough on everyone today. Ben always says he deserves a reward for dealing with me in one of my moods. I guess you do too. Here, have this. Nice. So, learn anything about that sheep, Ben? No, I've never seen anything of this kind in all my medical career. This sheep has nothing wrong with it at all, apart from being dead. But what did it die of? That's the thing. The sheep seems perfectly healthy. There was no indication of an attack. Its organs were viable, and yet it's dead. Okay, so Dr. Aculus's notes mention a malevolent force sapping the life force out of living things. And here we have a sheep that dropped dead for no reason. Looks like we're onto something. Oh, we are. I also found faint traces of sulfur on the sheep, exactly as Aculus mentioned in his notes. Whatever killed the sheep was the unknown evil Dr. Aculus tried to warn us about, and I have to say, I don't like it one bit. Me neither. This is pretty crazy, and the locals don't understand what's happening here either, according to the deputy mayor. Oh, Matthew, good idea. That environmentalist guy might have run into this sort of thing before and formed theories on it. It's a long shot, but yes, you could try asking that Zeke Davis. Agents, back again, huh? I hope there hasn't been another murder. Well, sort of, Mr. Davis. It seems sheep have been falling dead in the area lately, for no reason anyone can find. The only clue left on the sheep are faint traces of sulfur. Have you heard anything about this? Did you say sulfur? This fits a trend that's been noted in the Southwest for the last 5 years. I mean, I've read about it. I've never seen it for myself. Well, that's already helpful information, Mr. Davis. We'll pursue our investigations deeper into the Southwest. Meet you back at the office, Agent Matthew. Gotta get this new information to the chief. Oh, Agent Matthew, since you guys are going deeper into the desert, take this to stay fresh while protecting yourselves from the blazing sun. How was your date, Gwen? Dreamy. Justine was great, and with her, it has to work out. She's a perfectly normal human, not a vampire at all. Uh-huh. Setting your standards aside nice and high. Setting your standards nice and high, I see. Well, you'll be glad to know we managed without you. Really? What did I miss? Well, we almost made the chief smile. We found a memento of his wedding. How romantic. Well, my news is a little less so. We got confirmation that those mysterious livestock deaths Dr. Aculus warned us about are real. Animals are dropping dead, their life force sucked out by something malevolent. And according to Zeke Davis, these animal deaths have been happening in the Southwest for 5 years. So Dr. Aculus was right to be worried. But the Southwest is a big place, guys. We need a more specific lead. I think I just got that lead. A bunch of livestock deaths have just been reported in New Mexico. Yeah, we need to roll on to New Mexico. Let's go. November 28th, that's on Thursday, that's on Thanksgiving Day. Go ahead and get this out of the way. 3 new ones. Okay. I'll see you guys on November 28th on Thanksgiving Thursday. I'll see y'all soon. Thanks for watching.